Alright, I'm going to show you how to make a bed using just bags of soil. Now this is why you really want to make your own soil, because I'm making soil there. Next year, I mean, there's worms and everything else in those beds. There's all soil beds. It's compost buried, and the worms will turn that into soil. Now, I went with the cheapest bags I could find, and these were $5 a bag. So there's 20 bags. That's $100 just to make a bed this size. $100. That's pretty damn expensive. Buying soil is really a luxury. Now, you could put the soil in on the ground and mix it up probably and do better. But I'm just trying something here. What I'm doing here is basically, first I'm just stacking it up, and I'll take the bottom one here and just do a crisscross, right? And I'm going to bend this over here, tuck it in. Really simple. All right, so there's soil here. Then what I can do is grab this saw and just break up the bottom so worms and stuff can find their way in. All right, so that's broken up now just with a saw. So then I repeat the cycle here, cutting down here. Now what I'm doing is trying to capture moisture and other things here. Now one thing you want to drain, so what you got to do is cut off the corners here. So the corners down here, there's the drains. So if there's too much water, it will drain out of the corners. All right, plus it'll drain out the bottom too, since I put holes in it. But these are just kind of like the overflows here. All right, you bend this back like that, and boom, stack it on top, just like that. So now, basically I'm using two types. Some potting mix, it actually accidentally got in there. So the roots can go all the way down into the two layers. That's it. So I'm going to cover it with mulch. I also have this problem with water coming off, which is going to basically hit this plastic and stop erosion. The plastic here will help stop erosion, and what I'm going to do is actually guard it in to the side here. I'm going to guide it in so the water actually feeds into the bed on there. So we'll see how this turns out. You notice I got the bamboo edging, make it a little bit raised, hide the bags, and hopefully keep the rabbits that I have out of the bed with any luck. So I added some ground cover, and I'm going to go get more, but this will suffice right now. The idea that the drips are going to hit the side of this bag here. Right, it won't hit in there, hit on the side right here. As you can see, it's dipped in. The water will feed in there. These plants are planted pretty deep into the soil. So the idea is that this will hold more water. Hopefully not too much water. That's the challenge. If it holds too much water, they're going to rot. And you can see here, I've got citrus trees coming up here. It's a citrus tree from a cutting I put in there. So I'm using the fact that there's water coming down from the edge, putting plenty of water to get this cutting going. So I have a citrus tree growing here on the side, and I can always move it, but it's there now. So the only cost to this was the bags, which was $100, and the plants, which were $2.50 a piece. So we'll see how this grows. I'm taking off next week, and hopefully when I come back, there's going to be plenty of bee balm growing in this area from now on out. I didn't want to buy that soil, but my dad was like, oh, I need to finish this bed, blah, 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 and he couldn't wait for the soil that I was cooking for it. So, you know, there may be ways to do this with garbage bags and other things to create beds like this in a way that you do, you know, you build homes out of, out of bags. So there may be something in this, and maybe I'll be trying with burlap bags, filling burlap bags with good topsoil from the forest area, and then stacking and doing the same thing with burlap bags to create raised beds that holds moisture. Now the good thing with plastic, it is going to sweat and it's going to put, you know, humidity in there, and it's going to trap water in there. But these are all experiments, and the only way to find out how they're going to work is by doing it. My name is Mike Trout. I do Foundups Permaculture, which is a variation on permaculture that stresses more, instead of complete design work, small sprints. So this is a small sprint, getting this bed done. And ultimately, each design leads to the next design. So you don't have to really worry about, okay, where the chicken's going to go and everything else, and, you know, how's this all going to feed. The first step is to get your salad garden, food that's going to be feeding your house, which in permaculture we call Zone 1, set up. Once you get Zone 1 set up and tweaking and everything else, then you can start thinking about Zone 2, Zone 3, Zone 4. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like it, consider becoming a patron of Foundups. You can get a Foundups Sustainable Living certification by visiting Silicon Valley and staying at Foundups House. Foundups House is a sustainable house. The idea of Foundups House is to provide the needs of the community, from its soap, detergents, food, everything in its immediate community. So this house in the future could potentially be providing the needs for a lot of these houses around here. And ultimately, all these products are paid for by our global stakeholders. So all the products provided from this house are technically paid forward by others. So if you want to join Foundups and pay it forward and pay for my time making these videos and pay for my time traveling and covering my expenses, then ultimately that'd be great. And you can do that by joining Foundups.com as a stakeholder. As a stakeholder, you get shares in my corporation that actualizes when we do our IPO. And right now, as I make this video, the shares are $0.01 a share. So it's a warrant offering. If you need more information, you can Skype me, you can email me at MikeT@Foundups.com or Skype Foundup. No S, Foundup. They call me Mr. Foundup because I'm the creator of a new business model for saving our planet together. And only if we work together, we'll be able to do it. Thanks.